It looks so magnificent.
Yeah,
Right
we
on
are
Carlton Hill. Oh my
Carlton
God.
Hill.
Second- Hello, lovely viewers. Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. My name is Isaac Edupobi, a senior support worker living in the UK. If today is your first time watching my video, I would say a very big thank you and I really appreciate the love and the support. If you also watch my videos but you've not yet subscribed to my channel, I would entreat you to subscribe, like, share, and turn your post notification button on so that when I post a video, YouTube will recommend my videos to you. You all will agree with me that being an immigrant in a country and finding a job can be a daunting process, be it an international student or a dependent or whatsoever. It can be a tough process. Even though there's Brexit, people are still struggling to find a job in the UK. And trust me, people, it is not a joke, it is real. And in this video, I'd want to give you some hacks of securing a job in the UK within your first weeks. Let's get into the video. Finding a job in the UK can be very stressful, but at the same time, you need to be very strategic about it, especially coming from a context whereby probably the job specification and the job description varies from what you are used to. It happens. You have all the experience, but probably you are not skilled in the use of machinery or an equipment, and as a result of that, probably you'll be disqualified. Or maybe you apply to jobs and you keep on getting this message. Unfortunately, we cannot progress with your application. I know how it feels to put in your all, and in the end, you are being refused. The question you should be asking yourself is, what at all am I not doing right? What should I do? What are the strategies to put in place for me to secure a job in the UK? Just follow me through to the end of the video and I will give you some tidbits on how to secure a job in the UK within your first weeks as an international student or an immigrant in the UK. Now, the first most important thing is to have a CV if you want to apply for a job. And you need to make sure that your CV is being coined to fit into the UK criteria. Every country and their criteria for making a CV. So if you come from a country whose CV requirements or specifications differs from the UK, then you should be asking yourself that, do I really need to sit down and rework or redo my CV again to fit the UK system? Yeah, you need to do that. I'll be soon making a video on how to create a CV to fit into the UK standard. So you should have a CV and you should make sure that your CV is up to date. Make sure that there are no gaps in your CV. Even if there are gaps, you need to fill those gaps up. You need to let the employer know why there are gaps in your CV. If you were schooling or whatever, or you were not working, you need to state it or specify it on your CV so that your employer becomes aware or knows of your situation and why probably you are not you were not working at that point in time. The next thing is to post your CV on on the website or on other job search engines. There are several job search engines in the UK, such as Indeed, Glassdoor, CV Library, Reed, just to mention a few. What you would have to do is to sign up with these job search websites. Just sign up with them. Once you sign up with them, the next thing you would want to do is to upload your CV and make sure that on your CV you have your address, your postcode, your email, your telephone number, so that if they want to get in touch with you, they just call or probably send an email. So that's another thing that you would also want to be doing. You'd have to upload all these documents onto this online space to make sure that your CV is up to date, and it has all the relevant information that the employer needs. Another thing that you'd also have to bear in mind is when you are applying for a job, you need to make sure that you tailor your CV to suit the job role that you are applying for. So let me give you an instance. So for instance, you are applying for the position of a healthcare assistant, and you uploaded your CV onto, let's say, Indeed. When you uploaded your CV on Indeed, on your CV, let's say when you were in Nigeria or Ghana, the work that you used to do was maybe cleaning or teaching. On your CV, there's nothing healthcare related to it. How do you expect the employer to give you a job? That is what I mean by tailoring your CV to suit or to fit into the job description. So if, let's say, you are looking for a healthcare assistant job in the UK and you are creating a CV, probably what you'd want to be doing is you would need to create your CV, go online, do some online courses with Alison Care or maybe Florence Academy, download their certificates, put their trainings on your CV. Maybe back home you took care of your grandparents or your mom or your dad or even your siblings, and maybe whilst taking care of them, you were giving them personal care or whatsoever. So you put that on the CV as well to say that as part of the role that you were playing when you were taking care of your kid, your relatives or your kids or whatsoever, you used to change their diapers or their pads, and you believe it's in line with the job description or the job role that you've applied for. Now, when the employer sees your CV, the employer knows that, yeah, even though probably you've not done moving and handling, that's the practical. If you are being given training, you'd be able to do very well in that job role because of what you used to do back home. And again, you should know that in the UK, they have a lot of sophisticated equipment that probably back home or where you are coming from, you are not privy to such equipment. So you will definitely need the training. I know most employers would put on their website that experience is not required and you'll be trained. But trust me, if you have experience, it is an add up to the job role that you're applying for. Or let's say you want to apply for a role of a cleaner or whatsoever, and maybe wherever you are working, you used to clean probably the lavatory or the offices. You can put it on your CV that this was something that I used to do, even though it wasn't a paid job. You did it out of fun, or you enjoy cleaning, and that's why you want to clean. You really love to live in a clean environment. Like, you need to sell out yourself on your CV so that when the employer takes your CV and goes through it, your employer will be like, you know what, I think this person has all the criteria that I'm looking for in this job role. So you need to make sure that you tailor your CV to suit the job description. Don't be applying for a teaching job whilst on your CV you've only gotten, let's say, a degree or in engineering, which has got nothing to do with, let's say, teaching people who have got maybe learning disabilities in a different field. So you need to make sure that you tailor your CV to suit the job description. Another hack of getting a job in the UK is to actually go to the employer. Yes, you need to be very proactive. When I came to the UK, I remember when I was looking for a job, I had applied for some job roles online and I was getting the message. Unfortunately, we couldn't progress with the application. So I had to be proactive. What I did was I printed out my CV. I had about 2 to 3 copies of my CV, and I was moving from store to store, dropping my CVs. I'll just go to them and tell them that, you know what, I am looking for a job. Could you please grant me a job? And I just drop my CV and I tell them that if you need me, just give me a ring. I am ready to start as soon as possible. Trust me, One of the managers of the store that I entered was like, "Wow, we've not seen something like this before. You need to be proactive. Sometimes you just have to be serious. Walk in, grant them your CV, and tell them that look, I have this experience. Maybe you're applying for the role of a sales assistant, and you've been doing this job when you were back home. Just go there, tell them that look, I have this experience. I've been working as a sales assistant for 2 to 3 years now, or for 6 months now, and this is my job specification. I believe that I'll be best fit for this job role. And trust me, I've got a lot of experience in customer care. I like smiling a lot, and that alone can attract customers into the store. So trust me, if you do that, an employer will be willing to give you the job because they realize that you are very proactive. Another thing you could do is to also give them a ring. So if you check the website of most organizations, you can find their telephone numbers on the website. All that you need to do is just get the number, call, and ask. There's no harm in asking. You just need to ask whether they have any vacancy or any availability to recruit a staff because you are interested in the job role. If there is a vacancy on availability, they will tell you to bring, how do you call it, your CV, and then you take it from there. So sometimes you just need to take a step, and you'd see yourself working within a few weeks. Another thing that you could also do is to find a job center in your region or vicinity. So in most areas in the UK, there's a job center that actually helps people to find a job to do. So what you can do is you need to just send your CV and your documents to them. And once you send this documentation to them, they'll ask you of the kind of job that you are looking for. And once you let them know, they'll make sure that they'll match your CV to any job vacancy that are available. And since your number, your postcode, and your email address is on your CV, probably if something comes up, they can give you a call, send you an email, or even send you a text. So yeah, I know probably this might not be generic to other context, but most of the things I've said in this video, I believe could work out for people in Australia or Canada or US or where are you. So yeah, basically these are some hacks that you can actually use when you want to find a job within the first weeks in the UK. if you've if you've been with me throughout the video up until now, I say thank you very much for granting me your audience, and I believe that you've really learned a lot from this video. I know it might be lengthy, but I believe it's been very educative and informative. And trust me, if I had this information now, I believe my life would have been a bit easier when I came to the UK some time ago. So yeah, basically these are some of the hacks that I wanted to share with my YouTube fraternity. And I believe that international students, be it immigrants, skilled workers, dependents who are coming to the UK will benefit from this. So thank you once again, viewers, for granting me your ears and the audience. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I would want you to subscribe, like, share, and turn your post notification button on so that whenever I post a video, YouTube will recommend my videos to you. I'll see you again in my next video, which promises to be very exciting. And until then, have a blessed day and goodbye.